Line ready. All right. Quick mark.
My name is Daniel Ballard, and today I will prove that Kelly is living in a fantasy world. She does not understand what true reality is. The reality that men are faster, stronger, and generally more athletic than women.
My name is Kelly Wenger. Kelly Ann Netzel Wenger. I'm a woman. I'm a strong woman. Dan Ballard needs to be put in his place, and I am that woman to do it. I'm here to represent for all women. I plan on crushing his spirit every chance that I
The competition began during a disagreement here at the Winger household when Kelly so vehemently told us that women were equal with men.
The competition originated with a debate about whether the worst NBA basketball player could beat the best WNBA basketball player, which I thought was an obvious yes, they could.
The trash talk began amongst the two athletes.
Dan was really depressed because I beat him at Mafia, and Wii tennis, and poker, and office trivia game. And he said that women could not beat men at basketball. He said
The man could beat the woman.
She was adamant that indeed women were equal to men and that she was equal to Dan.
He said that the best woman in the WNBA could not beat the worst man in the NBA. And he was really depressed because his man ego was hurt that I beat him in office trivia. Let me repeat this again. Office trivia, Mafia, where I left his ass in till the very last round so he could see that I had been running the show the entire time.
So Dan challenged her to a decathlon of 10 events. First event was the sprint, 100-meter sprint.
Not one of my strong points. I'm not that quick off the line, let's just put it that way.
You know, I had scared Dan pretty severely into thinking Kelly was very quick.
I'm gonna start like this.
But I was nervous because I was told she was fast. She's small, quick, she played soccer. Probably fast. My game plan was just to take off as fast as I could, run as fast as I could.
Yours are going very fast.
And we started running, and I was going all out.
Looked to my left, she was nowhere to be seen. I looked back, she's behind me.
I think I heard Dan fart or something.
Like, what, she jogging?
And all I wanted to do was trip him.
Are you serious right now?
He just barely squeaked by for the 2-second win.
But I almost beat him. It was only 2 seconds behind.
That was lucky, really lucky for him.
I never ran it again.
It was kind of surprising that she wanted to do it again, to be honest. I mean, I thought she had no chance.
The second try, Seth walks up with no shoes and in his jeans. And I thought for sure, if I can beat Seth, of all people with no shoes on, then I can prove something to this guy. So I let him have that one. I was like, I gotta save myself for the mile, for soccer, swimming.
Obviously, as a commissioner, I attempted my best to be unbiased, but I knew he was going to win.
My legs aren't built for sprinting, let's just put it that way. So the second event was also a running event. We lowered it from a mile to a quarter mile, which I was okay with because my stomach wasn't feeling great. My legs were a little wobbly after that sprint.
I can't remember which competitor decided they didn't want to run the mile off the top of my head. I think it was Dan.
I decided that instead of embarrassing Dan, instead of giving him a taste of what was to come, I'd kind of hold back, hold my cards close, and I suggested that we would run a quarter mile.
Yeah, we took off. We started at a pretty good pace. She kept up for a little, about 10 feet, and then she started falling back.
Now there were some obstacles which I felt equalize the fact that they weren't going to be running 4 laps. They were going to have to run around the tires and some of the other obstacles that were on the track at Central.
Which I think I did pretty good because I was doing a couple ballet moves and I was a little bit more stylish than him and I had time to kind of frolic and he was like working his ass off. So.
And I was pretty confident. I kept looking back, waiting for her to make, maybe a little sprint, maybe a little effort. But it just didn't happen.
I'm not sure if, the fact that her child was there could have been a factor, but Dan pretty much took off and slaughtered her. I mean, that one wasn't even close. Dan arrived back at the finish line, barely breaking a sweat, and Kelly showed up several minutes later, puffing and puffing.
And yeah, the rest is history. I think you'll see on the video that it wasn't very close at all. I don't think she had been training that hard, let's just put it that way.
The point at which I felt like I kind of probably lost my edge was when he jogged across the finish line and I was still halfway through.
I'd hate to see what the mile looked like, let's just put it that way.
What's the next event? Talk about it.
I think I can.
So we got into soccer events, which is her forte. I believe she played in college. I mean, I don't know. That's what she claims.
Can we just skip this one?
Soccer shootout rules were simple. You had 10 kicks on goal. For every goal that you made, you get a point. And as a goalie, for every goal that you stopped, you got a point.
Alright, I can't do this one.
Dan kicked first at Kelly as the goalie.
Soccer was challenging because that was our next one after the run. Because I've never played goalie and I'm 5'2".
She chose that I went first. Which probably wasn't a good idea for her. So I played soccer in like 5th grade, where they run around in big groups surrounding the ball. So I was pretty confident about my skills.
Some of them weren't even good kicks. They just kind of went right by Kelly.
She really didn't move a whole lot, let's just put it that way. I don't know if she was expecting me to kick it straight to her, but she didn't really stop it. So I would kind of kick the ball, roll it to one side or the other, and she'd kind of watch it go by.
My mind wasn't in it. I kept thinking about my daughter.
She looked like a deer in headlights. And then I missed one. I got a little cocky. I tried to get under it, get some lift on it. And, I was just playing around, I guess.
That one was disappointing, to say the least. As commissioner, I mean, it's pretty easy why I lost track. I mean, it was boring. It wasn't even exciting to watch. We switched it around. Dan went into goal. And, before, Kelly had been hitting corner. I was pumped. I was really excited to watch her just take him down in this event.
So I switched it to be the goalie. And first ball, she kicked it right to me. I don't know if she thought she was going to knock me over or what.
And the first 2 shots were like basically right at him.
She thought this was her event. She was going to take this. And she didn't.
It's not fair. I'm half his size and he's standing in the middle of the net.
I mean, I think Nova could have stopped that shot.
I beat her pretty bad, let's just put it that way. I had a couple more saves and she got a few in there. A good few lucky kicks. And honestly, the balls weren't coming that fast. Let's just put it that way.
But I did get a couple past him, so he's not as great as he thinks he is.
Nice try.
The rest of her kicks were very good. I thought they were placed very well. Dan got to a couple of them, but I mean, he's a monster. He could reach like the top of the goal.
They were, kind of what I expected.
He did end up stopping a few, but she got some really good goals on him, and that was neat to see. So overall, it ended better than it started, and I think that was good.
Should have been.